Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into one of the strangest and most mysterious phenomena in nature: ball lightning. Imagine standing in the middle of a thunderstorm and suddenly seeing a glowing, floating sphere of light, hovering in the air, moving unpredictably, and sometimes even passing through walls. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But for centuries, people all around the world have reported witnessing this rare phenomenon. Scientists have observed lightning for hundreds of years, yet ball lightning remains elusive. Unlike regular lightning, which strikes in a quick, visible flash, these luminous spheres can linger for several seconds, drift slowly, or zip across the sky. Some eyewitnesses describe them as small, the size of a grapefruit, while others claim they were as large as a basketball. The colors can range from bright white to deep red or even bluish hues. Despite modern technology, capturing and studying ball lightning in controlled conditions is extremely difficult. There are theories suggesting it could be a plasma formation, a type of electrical discharge, or even a chemical reaction involving atmospheric gases, but none of these explanations are fully confirmed. This uncertainty keeps ball lightning in the realm of scientific mystery, a natural phenomenon that continues to puzzle researchers and thrill storm chasers. So today, we will explore the strange world of ball lightning, hear some of the most astonishing eyewitness accounts, and dive into the theories that try to explain this electrifying mystery. Buckle up, because this is one phenomenon where science meets the unknown. Moving from mysterious spheres in the sky, we now turn to a storm that almost never seems to stop: the Catatumbo lightning in Venezuela. Located at the mouth of the Catatumbo River, this region experiences a spectacular lightning show nearly every night, sometimes for up to 160 nights a year. The storm can last for hours, producing hundreds of lightning flashes per hour, illuminating the sky in a continuous, almost hypnotic display. What makes the Catatumbo lightning truly puzzling is its consistency. Most thunderstorms appear randomly, influenced by changing weather patterns, but this lightning seems to follow a precise rhythm, year after year. Scientists have linked it to the unique geography and climate of the area. Warm winds from Lake Maracaibo meet cooler air from the surrounding mountains, creating ideal conditions for electrical buildup. Yet, even with these insights, the storm's near constant frequency and intensity remain largely unexplained. Local folklore adds another layer of intrigue, describing the lightning as a protective force over the region, almost like nature itself is performing a nightly ritual. Modern researchers are now using satellites and ground sensors to track the phenomenon, hoping to understand the exact combination of atmospheric conditions that allow this incredible light show to persist. The Catatumbo lightning challenges our understanding of storms and reminds us that even with advanced meteorology, nature can produce events that defy simple explanation. It is a dazzling example of how the Earth continues to surprise us, showing that some mysteries are not just rare, they are extraordinary in scale and persistence. Shifting from the skies above to the trembling earth beneath our feet, we encounter another baffling natural phenomenon: earthquake lights. These are mysterious flashes or glows that appear in the sky before or during seismic activity. Witnesses have reported seeing bluish or white streaks, glowing orbs, or even sheet-like illuminations dancing across the horizon just moments before the ground shakes. What makes earthquake lights so intriguing is how little we understand about them. While earthquakes themselves are well studied, the connection between seismic stress and luminous displays is still largely speculative. Some scientists believe that the intense pressure on certain types of rocks might generate electrical charges, which then escape into the atmosphere as light. Others suggest piezoelectric effects or friction between rock layers could play a role. Despite these theories, no definitive mechanism has been proven. Historical records describe earthquake lights in ancient Japan, Italy, and Mexico, suggesting this phenomenon has been observed for centuries, long before modern seismology existed. The lights vary in duration and intensity. sometimes appearing as brief sparks and other times lingering long enough to alarm local communities. Earthquake lights remind us that the Earth itself can produce unexpected visual spectacles. They blur the line between geology and atmospheric phenomena, showing that even forces we think we understand like earthquakes can carry hidden mysteries. For scientists and witnesses alike, these lights are a vivid reminder that nature still holds secrets, waiting to be explored. From the skies and earthquakes, we now turn to a mystery that unfolds on the ground itself: the sailing stones of Death Valley, California. These are rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds, that mysteriously move across flat desert surfaces, leaving long, winding tracks in the sand, as if propelled by an invisible hand. For decades, scientists and visitors alike have wondered how these stones shift without human or animal intervention. Early theories ranged from strong winds to secret underground currents, but neither could fully explain the observed patterns. Some rocks move slowly in straight lines, others zigzag, and their paths can suddenly change direction. The stone's tracks can remain visible for months, recording the invisible journey that puzzled observers for generations. Recent studies suggest a combination of thin ice sheets, wet sand, and gentle winds may contribute to the movement. During rare winter nights, a shallow layer of water can freeze around the rocks. As the ice begins to melt under sunlight, it can break into panels, pushing the stones along, aided by light breezes. While this explanation aligns with experimental observations, the phenomenon is still highly sensitive to specific conditions, making it extremely rare and difficult to witness in action. The sailing stones illustrate that even in a seemingly lifeless desert, nature can orchestrate slow, deliberate, and puzzling movements. They serve as a reminder that natural mysteries are not always dramatic. Some unfold quietly over time, leaving traces for the observant to discover. Death Valley's rocks continue their silent journeys, teasing scientists and captivating the imagination of all who visit. Shifting from deserts to oceans, we encounter one of nature's most enchanting phenomena: bioluminescent waves. On certain nights, coastal waters around the world, like in Puerto Rico, the Maldives, or California, begin to glow with a mysterious, ethereal light. The waves sparkle as they crash onto the shore, leaving trails of blue-green luminescence in their wake. This magical display is caused by tiny marine organisms called dinoflagellates, which emit light when disturbed. Despite understanding the organisms involved, many aspects of bioluminescent waves remain a mystery. The intensity, color, and timing of the glow are influenced by numerous factors, including water temperature, nutrient levels, and organism population. Scientists still do not fully understand why blooms occur so suddenly in some areas, or why the waves sometimes pulse with rhythm and intensity that seem almost deliberate. Local legends often enhance the wonder, describing the glowing waters as spirits dancing or ocean magic come to life. Researchers use advanced sensors and satellite imaging to track the organisms, hoping to predict when the next glowing spectacle might occur. Yet, even with modern technology, the phenomenon retains an element of surprise. Bioluminescent waves remind us that the ocean is alive with hidden energy. They transform ordinary nights into dreamlike experiences, showing that some of nature's most beautiful spectacles are fleeting and fragile. Witnessing these glowing waves is not just a visual treat, it is a glimpse into the unseen world beneath the surface, where life itself can literally light up the darkness. From glowing ocean waves, we now return to the skies to explore some of the rarest and most mysterious lightning phenomena: red sprites, blue jets, and elves. Unlike ordinary lightning that strikes downward, these events occur high above thunderstorms, in the upper atmosphere, creating breathtaking and unusual displays of light. Red sprites appear as flickering, reddish-orange shapes, often resembling jellyfish or tendrils, while blue jets shoot upward from thundercloud tops like electric fountains. Elves, on the other hand, are rapidly expanding rings of light that can spread across the sky in milliseconds. What makes these phenomena so puzzling is their fleeting nature. They last only a fraction of a second and occur tens of kilometers above the Earth, making them extremely difficult to observe. Scientists first documented them in the late 20th century, largely thanks to advances in high-speed photography and satellite imaging. While researchers know they are linked to electrical discharges and thunderstorms, the exact mechanisms that generate each type, and why they appear in such distinct shapes, are still not fully understood. These upper atmosphere lightning events challenge our understanding of how electricity behaves in different layers of the atmosphere. For storm chasers and skywatchers, witnessing a red sprite or a blue jet is like seeing nature's secret fireworks, brief, beautiful, and utterly inexplicable. They remind us that even the skies above us, which we think we know, hold hidden wonders that continue to puzzle scientists and inspire our imagination. From the mysterious upper atmosphere to the skies we can see every day, fire rainbows or circumhorizontal arcs offer a dazzling natural spectacle. Unlike typical rainbows formed after rain showers, these vibrant, rainbow-like bands appear when sunlight passes through ice crystals in cirrus clouds high above the Earth. The light bends and splits, creating a horizontal spectrum of colors that seems to set the sky ablaze, hence the name fire rainbow. Although scientists understand the basic optical principles behind circumhorizontal arcs, predicting them is far from simple. They require extremely specific conditions. The sun must be at a high angle, the cirrus clouds must contain perfectly oriented plate-shaped ice crystals, and atmospheric clarity must be ideal. Even in places with frequent cirrus clouds, fire rainbows remain rare and fleeting, often visible for only a few minutes. This combination of rarity and precision gives them an almost magical quality. Fire rainbows have inspired myths and awe in many cultures. Ancient observers often associated them with omens, celestial messages, or otherworldly phenomena. Today, photographers and sky enthusiasts seek them out for their surreal beauty, but even with modern knowledge, witnessing one is largely a matter of timing, luck, and careful observation. These ethereal arcs remind us that nature can create beauty in even the most ordinary skies, using light, ice, and geometry as its tools. Fire rainbows show that some of the most spectacular displays are not the result of extreme events, but subtle alignments and conditions that turn everyday elements into extraordinary sights. From the skies above to the icy depths of the ocean, we now encounter one of the strangest natural formations, brinicles, often called underwater icicles or ice stalactites. These structures form beneath sea ice in polar regions, creating frozen columns that descend into the frigid water below. They occur when extremely cold, saline water is released from forming sea ice, sinking due to its higher density and freezing the surrounding seawater in its path. Brinicles are astonishing not only because of their beauty but also because of the danger they pose to small marine life. As the icy column descends, it can encase starfish, sea urchins, or other creatures in a frozen trap, earning the nickname "finger of death" among some researchers. Despite understanding the basic chemical and physical principles, brinicles are still a rare and fleeting phenomenon. The precise combination of temperature, salinity, and ocean currents needed to form one makes them difficult to study directly. These structures highlight the complex interactions between water, ice, and salt in the polar environment. While most of us will never see a brinicle in person, underwater explorers and scientists equipped with cameras have captured the slow, mesmerizing formation, revealing the delicate balance of nature's processes. Brinicles remind us that the ocean's hidden realms are full of mysteries, where the familiar laws of ice and water combine to create strange and almost alien landscapes. This phenomenon encourages scientists to continue exploring the polar seas, not only for understanding unique natural processes but also for insights into climate, ocean dynamics, and the resilience of life in extreme environments. From the frozen ocean depths, we now turn to the fiery power of volcanoes and a phenomenon that combines earth, fire, and electricity, volcanic lightning. Unlike ordinary storms, this lightning occurs within the ash clouds of erupting volcanoes, creating dramatic flashes that illuminate the dense plumes of smoke and debris. Witnessing it is both terrifying and mesmerizing, a reminder of nature's raw, unpredictable energy. The exact mechanism behind volcanic lightning is still not fully understood. Scientists believe that as ash, rock fragments, and volcanic gases collide and rub together in the turbulent eruption column, they generate static electricity. When the electrical charge becomes strong enough, it discharges as lightning. However, not every eruption produces lightning, and the intensity, frequency, and pattern of these flashes remain unpredictable. Factors like particle size, moisture content, and eruption speed all seem to play a role, but no single explanation can account for every occurrence. Volcanic lightning has been documented in eruptions around the world, from Japan and Iceland to Indonesia. Historical accounts describe it as both awe-inspiring and ominous, often seen as a warning of the eruption's power. Modern researchers use high-speed cameras and satellite sensors to capture and study these bolts of energy, seeking to understand how volcanic processes generate electricity. This phenomenon reminds us that even forces we think we understand, like lightning or volcanic activity, can combine in surprising ways. Volcanic lightning is a vivid example of nature's complexity, showing that the Earth can produce spectacular, enigmatic displays when fire meets air, rock, and electricity. From volcanic eruptions to the subtle movements of the air, we now explore one of the quieter yet equally puzzling natural mysteries: unusual fogs and mists. Around the world, there are reports of dense, rolling fogs that appear suddenly, move in strange patterns, or linger longer than expected. In some cases, these fogs seem to behave almost intentionally, weaving around landscapes, hills, or structures in ways that defy normal atmospheric behavior. Scientists know that fog forms when water vapor condenses into tiny droplets near the ground, but the unusual patterns observed in these mysterious fogs remain hard to explain. Factors like temperature inversions, humidity, and local topography play a role, yet some fogs appear in highly localized areas or move in ways that do not align with prevailing winds. These unexplained behaviors make them both fascinating and eerie for witnesses. Legends and folklore often enhance the mystery. In various cultures, these fogs are associated with spirits, ghostly presences, or omens, adding an element of the supernatural to what might otherwise be a meteorological phenomenon. Modern researchers attempt to measure particle density, wind currents, and moisture content to better understand these events, but the rarity and unpredictability of these fogs make systematic study difficult. Mysterious fogs remind us that even ordinary weather, something we see every day, can surprise us. They blur the line between science and the unknown, demonstrating that nature is not always predictable. These shifting, ethereal mists continue to captivate both scientists and curious observers, keeping a touch of wonder alive in the world around us. From mysterious mists, we now turn our gaze skyward again to explore one of the most visually striking cloud formations, pileus clouds, often called upside-down clouds or cap clouds. These clouds appear as smooth, lens-shaped caps resting on top of larger, towering clouds, such as cumulonimbus formations. Their delicate, ethereal shapes often resemble floating hats or thin scarves draped over storm clouds, making them a favorite among photographers and skywatchers. While meteorologists understand that pileus clouds form when rising air pushes against a stable layer of cooler air, causing condensation at the cloud top, many aspects of their formation remain puzzling. For instance, why do some towering clouds produce these caps while others do not, even under similar atmospheric conditions? The speed, temperature, and humidity of the rising air all seem to play a role, but predicting their appearance remains difficult. Witnesses often report pileus clouds forming suddenly, sometimes for just a few minutes, before dissipating or merging with the main cloud. Their sudden emergence and delicate structure give them an almost otherworldly quality, sparking myths and poetic descriptions in cultures worldwide. Pileus clouds remind us that even familiar elements of our environment, the clouds above, can create fleeting, magical spectacles. They demonstrate the complexity of atmospheric dynamics and the beauty that arises from subtle interactions in the sky. Observing these upside-down clouds is a reminder that nature's artistry can appear anywhere, often when we least expect it. Finally, we turn to one of the most perplexing auditory phenomena in nature: mysterious sounds such as skyquakes, hums, and sudden booms. People around the world have reported hearing deep, unexplained rumbles, low-frequency hums, or sharp explosions seemingly coming from nowhere. These sounds can be brief or persistent, sometimes shaking buildings, rattling windows, or simply creating an eerie atmosphere. Despite modern technology, scientists struggle to pinpoint the exact causes. Some theories suggest seismic activity, underwater earthquakes, or meteor impacts might be responsible, while others explore atmospheric phenomena like temperature inversions or unusual wind patterns. Yet in many cases, no natural or human-made source is identified. The unpredictability and global nature of these sounds keep researchers puzzled and the phenomenon mysterious. Eyewitness accounts often describe a sense of awe or unease, highlighting how these phantom sounds can affect communities and even inspire folklore. In Japan, they are sometimes linked to spirits. In North America and Europe, sudden booms have sparked curiosity, fear, and investigation. These sounds remind us that the earth and sky are full of energies and processes we cannot always detect with our senses or instruments. From ball lightning to phantom sounds, nature continues to astonish us with phenomena that defy easy explanation. Each event, whether in the skies, oceans, deserts, or underground, reminds us that science, while powerful, does not yet have all the answers. These mysteries inspire curiosity, exploration, and wonder, encouraging us to observe the world closely and remain humble before its complexity. Nature's unexplained phenomena are not just scientific puzzles, they are invitations to marvel, to question, and to appreciate the extraordinary planet we call home. As we have seen today, from ball lightning dancing across stormy skies to the mysterious hums and booms that echo without warning, nature is full of wonders that science has yet to fully explain. Each phenomenon reminds us that the world around us is alive with surprises, waiting to be observed, studied, and admired. These mysteries spark curiosity, inspire awe, and encourage us to look closer at the extraordinary details hidden in everyday life. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through some of the planet's most fascinating unexplained natural phenomena. If you enjoyed exploring these mysteries, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible stories from our amazing world. See you in the next video.